Peace, how you doing? Signing in once again. Once again, giving another informative message, an inspiring message, a motivating message to our young black males in the 21st century. Quick jewel for you. The jewel is this: make sure you dedicate at least 1 hour, a block of an hour. If you can do more, that's great. But dedicate at least 1 hour a day to reading. Reading is very important in so many different ways. One, reading calms the spirit, it calms the soul, it calms the mind. Two, reading increases your focus. In a world where there is all these millions of triggers and stimulants and stimuli and so many different things that are constantly distracting you. You know, you have email alerts, you have Twitter alerts, Instagram alerts, you've got Facebook alerts, you've got people texting you, you've got people calling you. Every time you turn around, something is happening. And what happens is, every time you turn around, when you're trying to have a flow of consciousness, a stream of thought, you're being disrupted. And so when you keep having this disruption and these breakup of thoughts, you never get a clear, concise thought, a message. You want to be able to think clearly and connect the dots of things. You want to be able to derive meaning. With that, you have to learn how to have focus. And that's what reading does. Reading causes you to focus. It's not just words, you're trying to get comprehension. Now, that's just one thing. Reading also is this: it enriches your vocabulary. You learn so many different words, and different words and vocabulary in your lexicon helps you to articulate exactly how you feel, what you want to say to a given audience. You know, there's nothing worse than seeing a person on TV being asked a question and their response seems so ill-informed. It seems as if this person has no type of common sense. It seems as if they don't know how to articulate or convey thought. And, you know, at the end of the day, it just looks bad. It looks poor. So it allows you to convey that. Secondly, when you're involved in any relationship, whether it's a business partnership, whether it's at work, or even when you're in your personal, intimate relationships with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, whatever the case may be, you have to be able to articulate your emotions and feelings. How many times have you been in, a disagreement or argument with a person, and a lot of times it arrives from the fact that that person was not able to convey and articulate how they were feeling or what they meant, and because of that, you misunderstood what they were trying to say, and now this big disagreement and conflict simply off the fact that I didn't know what you were trying to say. I mean, I heard you talking, but the way you were connecting your thoughts and your words and emotions and your imagination, it did not gel well. So learning the words to articulate, a lot of that comes from reading, because you get exposed to so many different words and vocabulary. Now, the other thing is this: reading exposes you to information, which is key. You know, they say knowledge is power. Knowledge and information, it's power. It enriches you. Understand many things that you should know. And people in power know they're not necessarily going to tell you. They may put it in a book. They say, if you want to hide something, put it in a book. They're going to put it in the book. This is why, even if you look historically speaking, when great nations are conquered, one of the things they always do is they go to the museums and they take all of the artifacts, and then they also go for what? The books and the literature. Because in that is where you have all the knowledge and teachings. So this is what we've seen happen with the Egyptian society and the Greeks, how they stole all this stuff, how they went to the schools in Timbuktu and the great schools in Mali and Songhai, and they took all of these teachings. A lot of this stuff is also locked up in the vaults of the Vatican. Great information locked away. Only the privileged have access to this, because there's power in this information. Those that can get the information, decipher it, decode it, synthesize and make sense of it, and then use it for practical purposes and application that's meaningful for themselves, they're powerful. And they will either start charging it, charging you a fee, monetizing that, because they know this and you don't, and I'm able to do this. If you want me to do X, Y, and Z, or you want access to X, Y, and Z, I'm going to charge you a fee. I'm going to monetize that. But that's only based off the knowledge that they gain from something. So, you need that. Reading helps you relate to other people. Understanding, as we go through life, when you go through life, you make relationships with people. Reading allows you to step into other people's worlds and see and understand things from a different perspective. You step out of your shoes and into somebody else's shoes. And so you get a greater understanding of what other people are going through and what they have experienced in life. Reading helps you get a grasp of history, and then how you tie in history, all the correlations to history, and how it can apply now to your current state, and how you can manifest and use it to your advantage in the future. All right? Reading, it empowers you financially. There's so many different things when it comes to stocks and investment and real estate, and just so many different things you get exposed to from reading. People are not going to tell you. People don't have time to stop and tell you everything that you need to know. You expect a millionaire, you expect Bill Gates to sit and give you a 10-year lecture on all the decisions that he made that brought him to this point in life. No, people don't have time for that. They may put down the different keys and tips inside the book, and you read that and you build off of that foundation. So this is what I'm telling you. It's very important. We have to, it's cool to, watch YouTube lectures, watching this, watch videos and documentaries. It's good. And people have different modalities of learning. But reading is one thing that you have to do. You have to learn. And it's good because it also brings about association. You have the association, the power of association is so impactful, because you start to understand how people think and how society works, all just based on association. And that's key in psychology. So that's some of the things that I just want to make sure that you get. Read. Just reading must be a lifelong habit. It's good for you. The same way that you wake up every morning and you brush your teeth and you take a shower, you put on your deodorant, antiperspirant, and iron your clothes and all that, reading must also be something that you do for at least an hour every day until you're no longer able to. And I promise you, you will be surprised of what you learn and what you can accomplish based off what you've read. All right? Message.